I just realised that every time we play the intro, that I always think of the Red Baron. The tune, the Red Baron. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 or more. I don't... Well, I mean, there's a very vague... Anyway, hi, listener, person, viewer, person. Welcome to the Old Anorak radio podcast YouTube
thing.
You're very welcome. I'm Chris Young, and this is the Old Anorak himself, the mighty. Who are you? You're the mighty...
Not Quinn, that's for sure.
Come on within. You'll not see.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm Jim Lang. I'm the quiet half of this enterprise.
Dare you? I think possibly the less excitable. You know, I think I can be a bit sometimes. Anyway, so the whole idea of this here show is to introduce and encourage listeners to wander through our wonderful world of 20th century music, of which there's quite a lot of bands and bits of music and that sort of shenanigans.
There's an awful lot of it.
Yeah. So, what in the name of cracky pants are we up to this week?
Well, today we're looking at the latest in our series of fantasy band shows. This week we're focusing on rock. So,
yes.
You know, whether you're into the Stones or the Beatles or Zeppelin or whoever it is, you can play along in the comments.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
And we'd be more than pleased to see what you come up with. We're going to both be choosing our own, in this case, 5-piece ideal rock band. So as we go through the show, you'll see that come to fruition, as it were.
Yeah, I'm hoping that in my mind anyway, there's going to be some strong egos bouncing off each other, and there's going to be a punch up, and we're going to separate because of artistic differences within a week.
Yeah, well, it might take longer than a week if you're referring to us because there's some distance between us.
There is that, but also
that punch up. Well, it would be virtual in all senses.
Also, the virtual punch up. I'm suddenly aware that I'm waving a pen. I don't normally wave a pen. I'm going to put this down because otherwise there will be a lot of pen wavage throughout. Note: say goodbye to the pen. So there's a possibility that there might not be a great deal of fighting because at least one of my band members has shuffled off the mortal coil. So I think putting them in a ring with anybody is unkind.
You've got me thinking here.
And it's not a very pretty image either.
Well, 40% of mine are brown bread as well.
Is that right? Is that right? Well, welcome to the time machine, where you can do whatever you like.
That's right, and you can do it all without the expense of buying a shovel to dig them up.
I don't know. Actually, you get more points, obviously. You know, if you put a band together and you've dug some of them up, put some animatronics into them, put them on a stage, send us the video, or I'd be more than happy to share that with our other listener, who's currently, I understand, in Broadmoor. So, for completely unrelated reasons. So what have we got? So you were saying that we're putting together a 5-piece, but our eager listeners can put a 3-piece if.
Well, that's just the way that we started off. And like a lot of these things, it's a new channel still. We're still ironing out the kinks and.
But
just fine tuning.
If you only come up with 3 band members, that makes you lazy, bone idle, and unengaged. And we will be. Not only will you be letting yourself down, you'll be letting us down. You'll be letting the channel down.
Yeah,
and if we don't succeed and make our first million by December, not only will the house be repossessed, it'll be entirely down to you. So I want you to think about that. with your three-piece band.
Yeah, because no one ever had a successful three-piece band, did they? Ever?
No. I mean, there was ABBA, apart from the extra one, whichever one is the extra one.
But that would have just been ab.
Or ba. Ba. Or bab, if you're imaginable.
Yeah. And then there's that metal balloon band. That would have just been lead.
Yeah, yeah.
Which sounds a bit boring.
It does. Led by donkeys. Hold on, so I think somebody's done that. So, right. Without much further ado, do you want to crack on with yours, or do you want to go with the tried and tested method where I tell you what I've come up with, and you do your best not to look disappointed?
Yeah. So I'll tell you what. I'm going to run through the brief and rules first, just for clarity.
You crack on.
So every musician you choose for your fantasy band has to have released at least one recording in the 20th century.
Perfect.
Secondly, all your band members, whether you choose 3, 4 or 5 of them, they've all got to be playing different instruments, and you can't choose any more than one person from the same band. So you can have Lennon but not McCartney, and vice versa, but you can't have them both. Yeah. And most importantly, you've got to stick a musical recommendation for each of your band members in the comments. So anyone new coming along can get a taste of them and find out what you're on about.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
So, Christopher.
Well,
we're going to start with bass players. Who have you got?
Oh, right. Now, this Gadgie was a fellow who temporarily lived in my hometown of Corby, which I think is. I'm quite surprised we haven't mentioned Corby so far. Born and bred, man and boy, blah blah. Hugh Hovis advert music. Anyway, Lemmy from Motorhead.
Oh, Mr. Kilmister
lived in Corby for a short period, and I thought, what an enthusiastic purveyor of the bass, as he played for those lovely. I think it was a garage they worked in, wasn't it? Where they had the motors in their head.
Oh, very good.
So Motorhead, yes, Lemmy from Motorhead, and the piece of music that really jumped out for me was the Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades.
So people have got to listen to it 3 times.
They've got 3 times a lady, and I love... Hold up, yeah. So, Lemmy, Motorhead, Ace of Spades, just listen to it. I mean, it's astonishing. You know, if you haven't heard it before, just do.
It is a cracking little tune.
It really is. It really is.
I'm sure there can't be many times that Motorhead have been described as having produced a cracking little tune.
A cracking little tune, yes. So, do you have a bassist person for who
I do.
Little tune?
And likewise, like your Mr. Lemmy, my Mr. Philip Lynott is likewise deceased.
Oh, do you know? Well, we've got more to talk about round that.
Have we?
Good call on the Philip Lynott. Yeah, the guy's a genius.
So he wasn't in Corby as well, was he?
Listen, only really good band members come from Corby. I thought that's what we're supposed to do. Just come up with people from Corby. Phil Lynott. He was superb.
Yeah. So for those that not in the know, he was from a band called Thin Lizzy. And I'm going to be recommending what we've done the last couple of times we've done this show is Chris has lent more towards recommending singles, and I've lent more towards recommending albums. So I'm going to be recommending a live album called Live and Dangerous.
Live and Dangerous, cool.
So it came out on Vertigo in 1978.
Right. Good call. So so good. I mean, he sang in War of the Worlds.
Yeah, what a great double that was.
Yeah, that was just such a moving bit with the person's name escapes me currently.
Jeff Lynne.
So Jeff Lynne, but he sang a sort of duet with
Judy Covington.
Yes, no, Nathaniel, no.
Oh yeah,
there
I'd forgotten
must
that
be
one.
more to life. There has to. Sorry, I was lost there for a moment.
That's just like the record, Chris.
I mean, Julie
You know,
Covington.
after it's been scratched. Yeah.
Julie Covington based her a lot of her singing on what not to do. Anyway, so Phil Lynott, brilliant.
I
approve.
mean, the War of the Worlds was a source of much giggling at North East London Polytechnic. See, I've got that in early.
Good call, good call.
Yeah.
So why for would we be giggling at North East London Politics?
Well,
About War of the Worlds, what happened?
It wasn't yourself. It was someone else I knew in the bar, and he'd. I can't remember why it came up, whether it was the record or whether it was the book, because I read the book at some point.
Who would have known? Yeah, sorry.
And Bill that I was talking to just sort of started sniggering, and he said, I can't take it seriously, you know. Every time I read the line, the horse's bits were covered in foam, I just start chuckling. So that always makes me laugh whenever I listen to it.
Well, you've completely ruined that for me. It's destroyed. The greatest
Thank you.
double
My work here
album
is done.
of all time, and the whole horse's bits were covered in foam. That's anyway. So, which other band bit would you like now that we've moved on from?
Well, let's have your bloke that likes to hit things.
Now, this kind of goes back to obviously my physics lessons at school. Now, we were all sitting around. Now, my physics teacher, he was a Welsh chap, and he liked to gather us around a Meccano steam engine. And not that he encouraged gambling, but he encouraged gambling. And we tried to see what weight either the engine could lift. And so money was involved. It wasn't very large amounts of money, but either the engine. And no, he wasn't Pakistani. That was my Welsh accent, just in case you were wondering. So one day we were all sitting around and the engine was doing its thing. And I said, well, isn't this all very cosy? Cozy Powell, because his name was Mr. Powell. And like all teachers, he didn't have a first name. He was Mr. Powell, and he will remain Mr. Powell.
I thought their first name was Mr.
Yeah, Miss. Anyway, so Cozy Powell. Now, I had to dip into this, and I knew that Cozy Powell was a fine drummist, but I'd only heard through rumour and I don't know other people's stories. So I went a digging, and he was the drummist with Rainbow. The greatest turnout was obviously with Bungo and Jeffrey, with Up Above the Streets and the Houses, Rainbow flying high. Everyone can see it smiling. Probably
Over the
not.
sky.
Anyway, so Cozy Powell, Still I'm Sad, right? Now, 1977. Now, if you listen to the live version of this on the Tube of You, it is magnificent. And then, as it proceeds, just towards the end, something you would not expect from a heavy metal rock band, it turns into the 1812 Overture. And it's just an astonishing bit of music.
What's it called again?
It is called Still I'm Sad.
Have you got a year for that, or an album?
Rainbow, I only do singles, pal. I'm the singles guy.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, so 1977.
1977, right.
Still I'm Sad, Rainbow, Cozy Powell, with a bit of 1812 Overture sellotaped on at the end in a very dramatic way.
Wow! Imagine sellotaping Tchaikovsky to the end of your single.
I mean, obviously Tchaikovsky complained and sent him a cease and desist letter, but they just, being Rainbow, they just cracked on.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So that's Cozy Pal. That's
Cozy
two members
Pal.
you've got now.
I have, yeah. So who have you got?
Who I've got is he's been a favourite of mine for quite a few years now, since I first got into the band, and I'm talking about the band. So this is Livon Helm, drummer with the band.
It's
a bit awkward calling yourself simply the band.
It's not smart. It's a bit like your party, isn't it? It's the band.
I'm sure they enjoyed the joke.
Yeah.
Immensely for a while at least.
Yeah.
But these guys started out as a backing band for an old Canadian rockabilly called Ronnie Hawkins, and then in the mid-60s they got a gig as Bob Dylan's backing band when I think it might have been Dylan's first or second world tour.
Right. See, I just thought they emerged as his backing band, so they've got history.
And they're Canadian as well.
Yeah.
Not American.
Right.
And yet, if you listen to things like music from Big Pink, which is their first album and my recommendation, they're really immersed in the traditions of American music.
Okay.
So it doesn't, you'd take them for being American and not Canadian because they're so immersed in the traditions. So that's who I'm choosing. Music from Big Pink is the album I'm going to recommend.
Big Pink.
And that was out on Capitol Records in 1968.
Right.
But you can grab it on CD from all good music stores.
Look at you with your...
And some bad ones too.
Well, you could do your famous £5 CD dip. But anyway, we have tangentialized. So right.
Yes.
Things are beginning to form. Now, while you're forming your band, you've been a bit of a school swot in the past with the formation of your band, thinking about how your band members can eclectically glue together.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing a bit of that this time, or are you just going...
There is a little bit of that going on.
Yeah.
There's a couple of dudes here from the heavier side of the rock road, but because I think you'd put Phil Lynott on the heavier side of things, although I wouldn't have called Lizzie metal, but
but
they would certainly wake your granny up on a Sunday morning.
They certainly would. They certainly would. In an impressive style as well, I'd like to think. Yeah.
Imagine the shock when she turned around and saw all four of them there.
Yeah, just thin Lizzieing. I think that's the correct verb. I thin Lizzie, you thin Lizzie, we thin Lizzie. Anyway, which band member would you like me to glue into my...
Now, I'd like to get your lead guitarist.
My lead guitarist. Now, right. Now, I have a lead guitarist, and now my lead guitarist is sadly from the same band that you've just recently mentioned, from the Skinny Lizzies.
Oh, I think I know who it is.
And it's a gadgie called Eric Bell.
Oh, not the gadget I was thinking about.
So Eric Bell. So there was a steady flow of lead guitarists I found in the Thin Lizzies, and Eric Bell was the guy who was around whilst this particular single. I've done it again, because I think people shouldn't have to endure a whole album of people's stuff. No, I'm fickle, and I've got the attention span of a gnat. So anything that lasts longer than, say, 4 minutes, no. So what I'm going to ask people to indulge themselves in is, this is a kind of cover version because it's an old Irish song. And it's Whiskey in the Jar. And that's from... Now, I've got 1991, but that just feels a bit...
That would have been a remaster.
Yeah, I did dig around, but I have a feeling it is a remaster. So I'm going to say 1991, but dear listener,
album?
what do you mean? What's the album? What's wrong with you?
Sorry, I'm as
Like,
fixated with albums as you are with singles.
It's like we've never met. You know, it's like, what's the album? I have limited. All I've got in my head is. Any, and whatever. That was my whiskey in the jar. Yeah.
Oh, that's tremendous. I mean,
While I was going over,
you
the
nail
car
these
can't carry
impressions.
mount. I know. Do you know I'm wasted here? You wait.
Yeah, I wish I was wasted as well.
You wait until I'm poached or cooked in some other
Poached.
manner.
I thought for a second there you almost said Pope. Wait till I'm Pope.
You wait till I'm Pope. With
It's a bit late for that ambition.
Listen, I can brush it through. You know, I just.
That's what they all say.
No, I've hit several cul-de-sacs in that mind, that thought palace that I just entered. So I'm not going to go down me becoming the Pope route. No.
Right, Sherlock.
Yeah. So, right, what have you got for me as a lead guitarist?
So my lead guitarist is Mark Knopfler.
Oh, he's a proper lead guitarist. He's fancy Dan.
Yeah, you get some proper noodling with young Mr.
Man.
Knopfler.
Yeah.
So for those who are uninitiated, he comes from Dire Straits.
Apparently,
via Newcastle.
They were going to get together with Chris Rea, and they were going. No, they didn't, and it was just a made-up. No, not Dire. No. Yes.
Oh, yeah, you've got to finish that gag. You can't start.
So they were going to get together with Chris Rea and call themselves Diarrhea. Yeah, anyone? Hello, crickets. Listen, I do my best. You know, I strive to bring a little bit of joy into your day.
And you do, Christopher. You do bring a little bit.
Yeah, and you know, I think as a good bad example, I can make you feel good about yourself. So
yeah, almost. Keep working on it.
So you're Mark Knopfler, dude.
Yes.
Playing with your diarrheas. What album, guy? He's going to talk about
right. Okay.
albums.
So
Yeah.
see, I like to give people, a chance to just fully immerse themselves in the artist's work, rather than a single which is over like that.
It is. Yeah. So
4 minutes is not enough to get to know anyone.
You're right.
You should at least be buying them dinner and taking them to.
I was just thinking that most of my relationships never went beyond 4 minutes. In fact, I think that's probably a record. But I will have to look back at the videos.
That's right. Yeah. How long you been married to the missus now?
Yeah. Well, when you say married, I mean she's been in the cellar now for quite some time, but I do make her breakfast when I remember. So, hold on. I thought I could hear her screaming. No, you carry on. So
I think the giveaway for me was when you referred to her as the mushroom.
Yes. So that's another. But she's only in a tiny little room because there isn't much room. Carry on. Yay. Look.
Right. So
I've turned into a dad joke generator. What has happened to me?
Yeah.
Man.
Let's save the reader from another one of your dad gags for a couple of minutes.
Yeah. I'm going to back off. I'm going to enjoy your. Yeah.
My lead guitarist's recommendation.
Yes.
So I'm going for Love Over Gold, which I think is the high point for Dire Straits, rather than Brothers in Arms. Brothers in Arms gets all the attention because it was the big commercial hit for them. They've made crap loads of money out of that.
They did.
But Love Over Gold, you listen to that, and it's only 5 tracks, but it's worth it for Telegraph Road alone. So
that is pre or post.
That was immediately before Brothers in Arms.
Oh, right. See, Brothers in Arms was one of my most embarrassing moments at school when a friend of mine came up to me and said, "Have you heard Brothers in Arms?" And I said, "Yeah, what do they play?" And and my non-existent credibility went even further down the pan.
It just disappeared.
Yeah. So you've got this album that is. Sorry, I kind of lost my way there. Yeah, so it was just before Brothers in Arms.
It was, yeah. So came out on Vertigo in 1982.
So you can sit there going, "Oh, I like their old stuff," because that's what us old nerdy folk like. Yeah. I don't like their more commercial. Yeah,
they were great before nobody knew them. When I wanted everyone to know them, but now everyone knows them. They've sold out. So,
top tip, fellow nerds, don't ever do that. If you find yourself doing that, stop doing it. Okay?
Yes.
Don't do it. We've all done it, and don't. Thank you. Anyway, where were we?
Right. It's your guy, your rhythm guitarist.
My rhythm guitarist, yes. Now, this came to me immediately because it just sort of, and like so many, because I'm quite a fickle beast. I don't know band member people because I just think of the band and and then even then I think of the track and I don't care about anybody. I just want to be entertained. But anyway, so I did some massive research into this. So the band is the Animals, and the guy on rhythm guitar has got probably one of the best band name members of all time. His name is Hilton Valentine.
That's a cracking name.
Isn't it? Isn't that the best name of all time? So he played rhythm guitar in the House of the Rising Sun. So, I mean, just absolutely iconic bit of music. And it's really funny because the first time you ever see the Animals playing this, go to YouTube and have a look at this. You expect the guy who's going, "There is a house in New Orleans," to be about 130 years old with a beard, and he looks about 10, and you're thinking,
you're talking about Eric Burdon.
Yeah, how did that voice come out of that face?
He looks like he's still at school.
He does. So anyway, House of Rising Sun, 1964. Is the date that came out.
1964. That's a cracking tune, that is.
Yeah, isn't it just? So, my band's coming together. At the moment, I think if we put them all together at the same time, it might sound like a skiffle band with hammers, but
not necessarily a bad thing. Although the hammers, maybe.
Yeah. What have you got for us on the rhythmics?
What I've got for you. Yeah. Well, I've gone for someone you might not have heard of, Guitar George. Do
you think he was sort of destined to be in a band with a name like that when he was born?
Possibly, yeah, but I've chosen him because he simply knows all the chords.
Guitar George.
Mind, it's strictly rhythm. He doesn't want to make it cry or sing, so.
Right.
And you haven't tumbled yet, have you?
Guitar George. Listen, I don't know anything, Jim. I mean, I think you've got to realise that. You're clearly having a joke at my expense. I mean, is this a Dire Straits moment with Brothers in Arms?
It is. It is.
Oh,
no, it's before that. It's Sultans of Swing.
Sultans of Swing. So guitar.
It's just lines from the song. I was listening to it a couple of weeks back, and Guitar George came up, and I'm like, "Oh, I'll have to use that.
I'll try and run that one past Chris." And Chris will go, "Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, he was great, wasn't he?"
His first album was tremendous.
Yeah.
So that's my joke at your expense.
Cheaply done, and I'm expecting.
I know.
I'm expecting flowers in the post.
Okay. As long as it's not an apology, because I'm laughing too much for that.
Which was their third album. Anyway.
So, sensible answer.
Sensible answer.
Izzy Stradlin, I'm picking here, from Guns N' Roses. Yeah, so this is my heavy bit.
Right.
For my rock band, so...
Can you imagine having a name that's a question? Is he
Yeah. It's not just a question, it's a double entendre as well.
No, that's a single entendre, mate. That's a sort of straight in. There's no mucking about with that.
There's no equivocation. It's just, it is what you think.
So Guns N' Roses. What thing did they produce?
Well, the thing I'm going to recommend you listen to is probably the most obvious one. It's Appetite for Destruction, from Geffen Records in 1987. Right. I was quite surprised it was 87. I thought it was 2 or 3 years before that. But
see, I thought Guns N' Roses were later.
90s maybe.
I thought you were careering towards the 21st century.
No, it's still safely outside that final decade.
Yes, that untrodden land where we will never go because people don't come back from the 21st century.
We might go and have a look from the top of the North Wall, which we call the 90s, but we won't go beyond the North Wall into the 21st century. Ooh.
The abyss. All right, cool. That's fine. Yours is just coming nicely together.
You're not doing so bad yourself.
Yeah. Now.
So who is your? Excuse me. Who is your warbler?
I have a singist who has...
Good singist, is it?
My singist has recently died, and he lived near here. He was from near Middle England, where I am. I'm just south of Stratford upon Avon, so he's quite close. And he had a brilliant Brummie accent. All right, how's it going? Where's the cow in Bovril? Kind of accent. Just in case anybody has any idea.
Oh, hang on. I wonder if we're going for the same bloke.
Oh, criminy Bob.
Carry on.
I have an Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, we're not going for the same bloke.
So I think I know where you're going. So I have an Ozzy Osbourne, and I went searching on, again, the Tube Review, and I looked back at a very early version of Paranoid, which is the song that I'm talking about. And his voice is just fantastic on this. And it's probably something to do with the fact that I've just turned, when I say just turned, I'm now 60 years and 6 months. So I haven't just turned anything. I'm now careering towards 61. But I look back at Ozzy Osbourne and thought, crikey, he looks about 10.
Yeah, he was really young looking.
And so his voice in Paranoid is just out of this world. So 1970, would you believe?
1970.
So I would have had all the Black Sabbath nonsense happening in the mid 70s, but no, 1970.
That would be the debut album, I think, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the debut album, which you'll obviously expect me to know, and not a chance, mate, not a chance. So, but I bet you, I bet I'm going to stick my neck out and say that the album was called Paranoid as well, but it might not have been. So.
I couldn't tell you, to be honest. Metal was never a specialty of mine.
But I did quite enjoy the blank look on your face, which I very rarely get at these moments. So I'll just relish in that moment. So your singers, yes, what have you got for us?
My singist is likewise from the Brummagem neighbourhood.
Lovely.
And I think you tumbled it a minute or so ago. It's Noddy Holder from Slade.
Yes. Fantastic.
Just because I've always loved that voice of his. I always thought it's been underrated.
Yeah.
But, it could always get your attention by just screaming Christmas across the playground, you know.
It's Christmas. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And obviously you're getting our eager listener prepared for that capitalist.
Yes, for Capital Mass.
The capital mass, yeah. But anyway, I'm guessing you're not going to refer us to Christmas music, and you're going to tell us an album.
I am. I'm going to give you an album, and
Give us an album.
It won't contain the hallowed Christmas classic.
Yeah.
And it's again, I'm going to live albums, like I did with the Thin Lizzy one. Slayed Alive, which came out on Polydor in 1972.
That's a very good title.
It is, isn't it? Great play on words.
Yeah, superb.
That was recorded in 1971, and they did 3 consecutive nights at London's Command Theatre studio.
Right.
But on one of the nights, they'd got there because what was it? One of their singles had just got to number 1. I've forgotten which bloody one it was.
All right.
But they arrived straight off the Top of the Pops, straight into the venue, with all the Top of the Pops clobber on, and just tore into it.
Because they were quite heavy metal compared to their persona. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have stuck them in glam rock along with Sweet.
The
rest of that crowd, but they had quite a heavy sound. "'Cause I Love You" had just gone to number 1. That was the single.
Yeah. But man.
But according to Noddy Holder, to quote Noddy Holder, we were still wearing our clobber from the telly, and we went pretty much straight on stage.
Still wearing our clobber.
Our aim on
telly.
stage was to hit the crowd between the eyes and grab them by the balls.
Nice.
And I think if you listen to this, you'll have to agree that they succeeded.
Fantastic.
It really is. It really is a contender for the best live album that you'll find.
See, I'm really enjoying the fact that you're introducing our eager listener, viewer person to live albums, because I think we talked about this earlier on in our the development of what we're doing here, and we always lean towards the studio version of a song, of something. And then when something else came along, or if we went to see a band live, we would think, well, this is like the song that I've just listened to.
Yeah,
what
absolutely.
is this nonsense we're being forced to listen to? But there is something about a live album, and it's just different, and it's a different energy, isn't it?
Yeah, there is. And, but being live, the band have got so much more space.
Right.
They haven't got to worry about how much it's costing per hour in the studio.
Okay, yes.
They haven't got to worry about the producer saying, "Oh, you're going to have to go back and do that guitar part again."
Yeah, can you do that again? Can you do that again? Can you do that?
There's no overdubs. It's just straight in, and a mistake's a mistake, and sometimes that makes the song.
Right.
But yeah, the great thing about live albums is, like you said, it's the energy.
Yeah. And the little imperfections,
bucket loads of energy in Slayed Alive.
Fantastic. Right, well, that's I think I might lean towards that and give that a listen later on today.
I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, Slayed Alive. And the name alone deserves something, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So behold, our bands are complete.
They are.
And so hopefully our eager listener will have produced something in their minds, or using a pen and paper. I used a pen and paper. Yeah.
I took the keyboard route. So
did you? See, I kind of
we've got both technologies covered there.
Yeah. The olden times. So cool. That's great. Our bands are complete. So perfect. Do you want anything else from our dear people?
Well, we'd like the usual YouTube loveliness of likes and comments, especially.
Yeah. I do like a comment.
And comment with your perfect rock band as well.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Anything between 3 and 5 members, all different instruments for each one. No more than one from a particular band.
I think that's
and
a great
your recommendations. Your recommendations are the important bit.
Yeah, send us recommendations because I think hopefully we'll have sent you. I mean, so much of this music is completely familiar to me because, well, I'm 1,000 years old, but because you're, you've accidentally clicked on this and you've gone, oh, I wonder what this is about. Maybe you'll be introduced to some music that you're unfamiliar with. So dive in. So, where else can people find us?
We can be found on Blue Sky and Substack.
Blue Sky. Why do I always? I have to
obviously on YouTube because that's
Fantastic.
where you are right now.
Brilliant. Okay, so that's it for now. I'm going to say thank you so much for listening and being part of this bit of chicanery and shenanigans. I've been Chris Young. Who on earth are you?
I'm Jim Lang still.
Yeah,
next time we're going to be focusing on electronica.
Well, that's exciting.
That'll be a little different.
Yeah. I really felt like just blurting some band names but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait because, something comes to those who wait and look before you leap.
It's a bus, isn't it?
And a rolling stone gathers no moss, and a stitch in time, as we all know, saves 9.
Keeps your trousers up.
On those wise words, till the next time, farewell.
Cheerio.